Title: Nightmarish Reflections. The moon hung low in the sky, casting an eerie glow over the small, isolated town of Hollowbrook. Nestled deep within the dense forest, the town seemed frozen in time, untouched by the outside world. For years, the townspeople had whispered tales of a curse that had plagued Hollowbrook for generations, a curse that turned dreams into nightmares and nightmares into gruesome reality. Megan Williams, a young and ambitious journalist, had heard these stories but dismissed them as mere superstitions. She arrived in Hollowbrook with the intention of uncovering the truth behind the curse, determined to expose it as a hoax. Little did she know her skepticism would soon give way to terror beyond her wildest imagination. As Megan delved deeper into the town's history, she uncovered a series of disturbing events that stretched back centuries. The curse, it seemed, was rooted in an ancient ritual performed by a cult that had once thrived in Hollowbrook. Legend had it that the cult's leader had tapped into a dark power that allowed him to bring his most horrifying nightmares to life. Megan's investigation led her to an old, decrepit mansion on the outskirts of town. It was said to be the site of the cult's rituals and the epicenter of the curse. Determined to find evidence that would debunk the curse, Megan entered the mansion, her heart pounding with trepidation. Inside, the air was thick with an unsettling silence. The walls were adorned with faded paintings that depicted scenes of unimaginable horror, twisted figures with contorted faces, shadowy creatures lurking in the darkness, and landscapes that seemed to defy the laws of reality. Megan's steps echoed through the empty halls as she explored the mansion, her flashlight cutting through the gloom. As she ventured deeper into the mansion, Megan began to hear faint whispers, like a chorus of tortured souls. The whispers grew louder and more insistent, causing her to quicken her pace. Suddenly, she stumbled upon a hidden chamber concealed behind a concealed door. The chamber was filled with ancient tomes, each filled with the cryptic symbols of the cult. As Megan thumbed through the dusty pages, she found a disturbing passage that detailed the ritual that had cursed Hollowbrook. The ritual involved a mirror, a vessel for nightmares, and an offering of blood. The curse could only be broken if a worthy soul willingly sacrificed themselves to the mirror, severing the link between the nightmares and reality. Skeptical but intrigued, Megan continued her exploration and eventually stumbled upon a grand hall dominated by a massive ornate mirror. Its surface was tarnished and warped, as if it held a malevolent presence within. Megan's reflection stared back at her with hollow eyes, and as she gazed into the mirror, her own reflection began to twist and contort, taking on a nightmarish form. Panicked, Megan turned away from the mirror only to find that the mansion had transformed around her. The walls seemed to bleed with pulsating patterns, and the air grew thick with a putrid stench. The whispers grew louder, now filling the chamber with a cacophony of tormented voices. A sense of dread enveloped Megan as she realized that she was trapped within the curse, trapped within a nightmare made flesh. Desperate to escape, she stumbled back towards the mirror, her own reflection now an abomination that reached out with elongated, skeletal hands. With a surge of determination, Megan seized a shard of glass from a shattered window and slashed her own palm. Blood dripped onto the floor, and as she pressed her bleeding hand against the mirror's surface, the room began to tremble. The mirror seemed to consume her reflection, drawing it into its twisted depths. Megan's vision blurred, and she felt herself being pulled apart, her very essence being torn asunder. In her final moments, she caught a glimpse of her reflection within the mirror, her own form contorted and twisted beyond recognition. And then, there was nothing but darkness. The mansion stood silent once more, the mirror's surface returning to its tarnished state. The curse had been broken, but at a grave cost. Megan Williams had sacrificed herself to sever the link between nightmares and reality, becoming a part of the town's grim history. Hollowbrook remained shrouded in darkness, a place where dreams turned to nightmares and reality bled into the surreal. The legend of Megan's sacrifice became a cautionary tale, a reminder of the darkness that could consume even the most skeptical of souls. And as the moon continued to cast its eerie glow over the cursed town, the whispers of the past lingered on, a haunting reminder of the horrors that had been and could still be.